you gotta adapt though. That's all. You gotta adapt and overcome. You know, music about to change. Like everything's gonna change. You know, it's not going back to how it used to be. So you just gotta adapt to it and overcome it for real. You know, pretty much dropped the album April 10th, Forever Chill, but it's my 5th album right here. So I've been doing music about 5 years as of right now, but like when I started, I was a studio engineer. So I started as a studio engineer. Like I had like no passion, like whatsoever to be a rapper. And so like being in the studio, I kind of got tired of hearing like the same kind of shit. Everybody like coming there. This when T-Pain was popping. Everybody like make me sound like T-Pain. I want to sound like Lil Wayne. It was like shit. Another one of them. So then I kind of did a studio thing for a minute. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to college. Get my bachelor's degree and shit like that. Because it might not work out. Did that for a little bit. Graduated, and I went in the Army. Did about 4 years. Got out, and I went to grad school. So I was like, shit, I'm still young. I'm like, you know what? I did a studio thing again. I opened another studio up when I moved back to Virginia. And then I was like, you know what, man? Everybody kept coming in there. They were like, yo, you like a rapper, yo. They're like, you like a rapper. So I'm like, what the fuck does a rapper look like? They're like, no, you just got the swag. You just chill. You be chilling all the time. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try this shit. So like a lot of homies I was fucking with, they made beats and stuff. They always knew how to rap. They had that rap shit on lock, like in the 757 area. They was like, the go-to people. They had that swag. They was like, I ain't had that. So it was like, it kind of took me some time, like where I'm at now. I would say it took me like a real 5 years to kind of be the artist I am now. Because I kind of started out like, I used to get on YouTube and shit, like, I used to type in like chill beats. Because I ain't never like I'm not a turn up guy for real. I turn up sometime, but my levels of turn up is different from, I guess, how you would define it. So I'm online one day, I'm on YouTube, I'm like, fuck it, type in chill beats. So a guy named Currency name keep coming up. And I'm like, who the fuck is Currency? And I'm just like, damn, he got some hard ass beats. So then I tell my cousins, and I'm like, yo, you ever heard a nigga named Currency Beats? They like, no, he a rapper. I'm like, no, that nigga make beats, so he got a whole bunch of beats online. So we going back and forth. Now I look him up, I'm like, oh shit, this nigga is a rapper. And so then, kind of the sad track from the story, I was in DC one day fucking with some hoes. Now I was like, you know what, let me listen to this guy music. I listened to the way from Virginia to DC, and I'm like, oh shit, he rap about the same shit I'm rapping about. Chilling, low riding, smoking weed and shit. I'm like, damn. So I kind of look at it like, you know what? He kind of, gave me like a lot of motivation, to make the music I want to make, and still I can be myself. I ain't got to be nothing extra, nothing like that. So like once I started doing that, people started, I started dropping videos, reaching out to people. To like my second EP, I did it's called Sunset Symphony. I had beats from Cooking Soul up there. I reached out to him. It was a cool guy. I reached out to Stally. I flew down to Atlanta. We was in the studio, cooked up with something. And after that, I hooked up with Smoke Dizzle, went to the Quad studio up in New York. We cooked up something. And even like when I was there, even when I met Smoke Dizzle, man, he was just like mad cool. We smoked the whole building out. They had to turn the fucking the building ventilators on. I thought I was doing something, but they outshine me. I get it. I see why they always call him like the Kush God and shit. Because even when I was there, West Side Gun, I think Benny the Butcher was there too, but I didn't even know them at the time. I just know when West Side came in the room, I never seen like, a real icy Rolex and shit like that. 'Cause I had just bought my first Rolex that same day, actually. And he was just like, yeah, young blood, you gotta get you some stones in your shit, blah, blah, blah. And he pulling up his sleeves and shit. I'm just like, this nigga's iced out. And, so they kind of being around, kind of like, how the industry, guys and stuff like that, guys show mad love, but at the same time, I just try to stay within my lane, stay within my perspective. Sometimes I do experiment. But at the same time, like on this album right here, it's called Forever Chill But Lit. I kind of stuck to my core fan base, that chill, old school, vintage vibe type of style. But at the same time, I kind of ventured off, like I got some West Coast style stuff up there, and also some trap stuff. So I got like a lot of good reception on it. Like I say, I'm like the only person in Virginia that I know who low ride. I got classic cars and shit. I got the 66 and I got the 6.4 Impala. So I feel like I had to do, a Cali song, and put the cars in the video, because I just had to pay respect to it, from that sense. Because even like, guys who don't even know me here in Virginia, they see them cars, you know, they automatically think I'm from Cali because I got the 100 spokes and shit like that. So, you know, that's kind of where I'm at right now with it. You know, I'm in my home studio as of right now. Anyway, I'm just kind of cooking up stuff, you know. So a lot of people say I got that leg up over people because I can mix my own stuff. I know how a song's supposed to sound. And I try to explain to guys, like, even like if you record at home, at least invest in some good equipment. You know, invest in some good equipment. You know, get you a mixing engineer. You know, pay for it. You know, and also too, pay to get your songs mastered. You know, because you need that final polish to make it sound like radio ready and to sound heavy in the club and stuff like that. If that's your aim, so like everything I do, I don't drop music. You know, just cause I'm in the studio. I got a home studio. Like, it got to be something with it. It have to look like something. I don't just drop music, you know, just for the fuck of it. Because I kind of got into this thing, like, you know, everybody like, oh, you got to drop music, keep putting it out. But like, for what? It's already, the market already saturated. That ain't my style. Like, when I put out something, I'm going to drop every blue moon, you know, once a year, something like that, with a good project, some great visuals, you know, and just keep it like that because I'm an independent artist. I reached out to a few record labels. So my whole goal, I'm trying to do like a joint venture type of deal. I don't really want the events. I don't want none of that stuff. I don't want the big chains. I don't want nothing I have to owe on the back end. I want to put you know, my bread up with your bread, and we're gonna make it look like something. You know, so that's how I'm pretty much rocking right now at this current stage in my career as an independent artist. And even like also too, like speaking of shows this year, like this past February, I got a chance to open up Pop Smoke, you know, rest in peace, the Baby, and Gunna. So that was a huge show for me. That was like one of my second biggest shows. And you know, Pop Smoke, he was mad cool, and I was just like, man, we did that show on February 8th. I think the next week, I guess he had passed in California, and I was just like, damn. I saw him, you know, I got to saw him backstage. I got to open up for him and everything. So it was mad love. He was a cool guy. You know, from the vibes I felt from him, you know, talking to him backstage, you know, kind of talking to him. I even ran into him in the mall too, because I guess he got to Virginia kind of early. He was at the MacArthur Mall. So I saw him twice there, and I saw him backstage, you know, at the Hampton Coliseum, you know, so. Like I said, man, you know, Virginia, it's different out here, but I feel like Virginia, man, there's a lot of dope artists, dope sound. We just got to cut through. But, you know, I feel like now how hip hop is, you have to have a cold sound, I feel like, to get on. Even if your music is hot, or whatever the case is, you have to have somebody who's already on and kind of say, yeah, that's hot. So let's just say, I'm not going to like blow my own horn or nothing like that, but it's like, if I had whack music, let's just say, I'm going to say one of my favorite artists, let's say like Rick Ross or Meek Mill or Yo Gotti, say, yo, go check out J.R.Clark. His music hot as shit. And that shit whack as a bitch, but just because they say it's hot now. You know, so it's just like you got to kind of, you know, build like kind of, I guess, fake relationships, I kind of feel like at this day and age, but that ain't, certain stuff I can't fake. I get it. It's entertainment business. It ain't all real. I get it, but there's certain stuff, you know, you got to feel that from the heart. You got to see that through. You know, you just can't tiptoe, you know, and do crazy shit. I feel like I ain't putting out anything. That ain't what I'm doing. I ain't about to go in the studio and you know, try to act like I'm something, and then you get around me, I got a whole different persona. It's like, yeah, we ain't doing it. 'Cause I see that a lot. It's like, you know, I hear a guy's song or something, I get around him, it's a totally different fucking person, like night and day. And I'm just like, damn. You know, so I feel like at least the music I make and people who know me and people who will look at it and look at, you know, my imagery, it's like, yeah, that's him. Everything matches up, everything checks out. So, you know, that's just what it is right now.